Hey everybody, good morning. Thanks for tuning in again to another of these short morning devotions. I wanted to share with you a couple more thoughts about another aspect of the teaching of Scripture that might help us to approach the difficult situation we find ourselves in a more Christ-like way. We've thought a little bit here and there about how this situation makes us feel powerless in the sense that we're surrounded or maybe surrounded by a virus that we can't see. And we're powerless about that. And we're surrounded by restrictions that we can see, and we're powerless to do anything about them. But there's another issue beyond powerlessness, which is close to the heart of the trouble that we're in at the moment. And it's our ignorance. Our ignorance, our lack of knowledge, our lack of understanding of what is happening around us. Just to illustrate with a couple of the more prominent scientific studies that you may have come across, both coming from Britain. A university in London, Imperial College, published a study that said unless drastic measures are taken, hundreds of thousands of people in Britain alone may die because of this virus. Another study published just a few days later by Oxford University said that it's possible that 2/3 of the population have already had this virus and have suffered almost no symptoms because of it. And we can be sure that if the experts say they don't know, and they do say they don't know, even though they're giving those suggestions on the basis of those models, if they don't know, we have no idea. Isn't that one of the things that's so difficult about this situation? We don't know about the situation we're in. We don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know what the effect might be if we were to catch the disease or if our loved ones were. And our lack of knowledge makes it so difficult for us emotionally and to handle this situation. So here's an interesting question then. What do we do in a situation when we don't know? Well, sadly, it's abundantly clear what we tend to do that we shouldn't do. The book of Proverbs, of course, is full of how we should and shouldn't speak. Chapter 12, verse 23, a prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. Well, isn't that just the truth? Notice the contrast. Somebody who's wise, who does understand, will be very restrained and cautious in saying anything, conceals knowledge. Whereas somebody who actually doesn't know anything at all, is filled with folly, will just proclaim it left, right and centre. And I wonder if that explains a great deal of the huge swathes of material in the media and on social media. People are saying not what they know, but either what they want to be true or what they feel for other reasons, social or economic or political reasons, might be true. It's not that we know what's going on with this virus at all. How could we? Well, if that's how we tend to respond badly, of course, the same proverb says how we ought to respond. Just restrained. If we don't know, don't speak. But there's one final scriptural theme that may be helpful for us to reflect on about knowledge. And it's that though we don't know, of course, the Lord does. This becomes clear all over the scriptures. Think of towards the end of the book of Job when Elihu speaks and he asks Job to consider the wondrous works of God. Do you know how God lays his command on them? Do you know the balancings of the clouds? Of course you don't, Job. You don't know the wondrous works of him who is perfect in knowledge. See, that's the thing. We don't know, but the Lord knows all things. And I think this is perhaps one of the more significant lessons for us to take away from this whole experience. How are we supposed to live in a world where God knows all things and we know next to nothing? Well, this is an experience which, in God's providence, may give us an opportunity to learn to trust him, to lean upon him, to depend upon the living God, and to cry to him for mercy, to sustain and support us, even though we are blind fools walking around in semi-darkness in the fog, when the Lord alone knows all things and he invites us to call upon him. Have a great day, guys, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.